Hello and welcome to News Updates. I'm Moses Humphrey. The Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, NASIMA, says rice millers are shutting down operations in the commercial city of Kano due to the scarcity of paddy. The Chamber's chairman, Dalhatu Abubakar, told journalists that the paddy scarcity would cause an increase in the price of finished rice. He mentioned that unless necessary action is taken to avert food insecurity in the coming weeks, the scarcity would persist as the major raw material for production is finished. Abubakar also stated that several millers have cut down production from 24 to 12 hours while laying off factory workers. He called for the intervention of the federal and state governments in the area of mechanization to assist farmers with the needed input that would enable all year-round production. Abubakar added that a larger percentage of integrated rice millers in Kano are presently sourcing paddy at an exorbitant price, running to 400,000 naira per ton. The Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, says it would mobilize its members to embark on an indefinite nationwide strike if the current price of petrol increases. President of NLC, Joe Ajero, disclosed this yesterday at the African Trade Union Alliance meeting in Abuja. On Sunday, oil marketers hinted that the pump price of petrol would rise to over 700 naira per litre if the naira continues to depreciate against the dollar, especially at the parallel market. Currently, petrol is being sold at 617 naira per litre in many parts of the country and 577 naira per litre in Lagos. On several occasions, organized labor had criticized the hike in the price of petrol, saying the federal government must provide palliatives for workers over the removal of subsidy. At the event, Ajero said the Nigerian workers will not give any notice of strike if petrol price increases in the coming days. Meanwhile, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has eventually spoken up as regards the widespread concern of a possible hike in the pump price of petrol. In a post by the company late last night on its official X, formerly Twitter handle, the national oil firm and major importer of petrol into Nigeria said it had no intention to increase the pump price of petrol. The NNPCL Retail is the downstream subsidiary of NNPCL that retails refined petroleum products for the group. The Nigerian Air Force has confirmed one of its aircrafts crashed in Niger State yesterday. The Air Force said the aircraft was on a casualty evacuation mission when the crash happened. A statement yesterday by the NAF Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Commodore Edward Gapquit, said the aircraft departed Zungeru Primary School en route Kaduna, but was later discovered to have crashed in a village in Chiroro local government area of Niger State. Gapquit said efforts are ongoing to rescue the pilots and passengers on board. Well, no fewer than 15 officials of the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASMA, have reportedly been injured in the ongoing crisis between them and some soldiers in Lagos. Consequently, LASMA officials withdrew from their duty posts in Lagos State over fear of being attacked by soldiers from Ojota to Mile 2. There was no sight of the officials. Those on the BRT lanes were not exempted from the withdrawal either. It was gathered that trouble started last Friday when a soldier was attacked by some LASMA officials at Oshodi area of Lagos. The soldier, with an unknown identity, was in a vehicle that was apprehended by LASMA officials for violating traffic rules. The soldier reportedly intervened by appealing to the LASMA officials to allow the driver of the vehicle to go because of him. But all entreaties fell on deaf ears as all passengers in the vehicle were ordered to alight for the vehicle to be taken to LASMA yard in Oshodi. The altercation between the soldier and LASMA officials degenerated into a fight during which the latter was outnumbered and overpowered. He was reportedly bitten and dragged to the ground by the last mile officials. Well, however, in a viral video on social media, a soldier in military camouflage was seen being flogged by some last mile officials. Moments later, some soldiers stormed the area and attacked last mile officials at sight, an action that forced all the officials to leave the Oshodi axis. Well, it could not be ascertained whether the video clip was that of the latest attack that led to the ongoing crisis. The reprisal attack by some soldiers continued over the weekend in Oshodi and Ojota areas of the state. It was learned that some last mile officials were also attacked yesterday by some persons in Mufti who claimed to be soldiers in the Ojota area of the state. In business, the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN) yesterday stated that it is poised to reverse the slide of the naira as it has lined up intervention measures that will be unveiled in the next few days. The acting governor of CBN, Folashodun Shonubi, disclosed this while speaking with State House correspondents after meeting behind closed doors with President Bola Tinubu at the presidential villa, Abuja. He warned that the government will come hard on those involved in underhand undertaking in the foreign exchange market, including the parallel market. The CBN boss said President Tinubu is concerned about the development in the market and its effect on the people, saying he discussed what could be done to stabilize the naira with the president. He noted with dismay that the changes going on in the parallel market are not dictated by demands, but speculative attitude. He warned that the speculators will suffer huge losses when government activates its strategies. In foreign news now, the South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol has called for strengthening security cooperation with the United States and Japan, to adopt a system to share real-time information on North Korean missiles. Yoon Suk-yeol made the remarks during an address on the occasion of Liberation Day that marks the end of Japan's colonial rule over the Korean Peninsula from 1910 to the end of the World War II in 1945. Relations between Seoul and Tokyo, marred by historical developments like this, have improved significantly since Yoon came to power, and especially since the most recent agreement to compensate South Korean victims of colonization. While the South Korean president's message also served to send a deterrent message to its northern neighbor, which in recent weeks has increased its belligerent tone. North Korea and South Korea remain technically still at war, given that the Korean War, 1950 to 1953, that divided the country, was concluded in an armistice but did not result in a peace treaty. In sports now, Paris Saint-Germain have agreed to a deal to sell Brazilian forward Neymar to Saudi Pro League side Al-Hilal for about 90 million euros plus add-ons. The transfer is subject to the 31-year-old completing a medical and all necessary paperwork. Neymar, who joined PSG for a world record fee of £200 million in 2017, was left out of their squad for the League One draw against Lorient on Saturday. He was not part of coach Luis Enrique's plans for the new season. His exit also fits PSG's strategy of moving away from Galactico's era of signing high-profile players for big fees and significant wages, with Lionel Messi also leaving the club earlier this summer. While Neymar was understood to be earning in the region of 25 million euros annually at the French side, he will reportedly be paid 150 million euros a year in Saudi Arabia, which is 6 times the amount he earned at PSG. And that's the news update on VOP TV. We'd like you to subscribe and engage us on YouTube. It is Voice of the People TV. And on all the social media channels, we are at VOP TV Live. I'm Moses Humphrey. Good morning.